everybody's having a good day. Hope everybody's just kind of trying to, stay, well, not solar wind burnt like Laura was talking about. Cracking me up. Hey, Keith, good to see you, bud. Hello, Queen, if you're listening. You guys need to throw some prayers Keith and Queen's way. Queen's having some shoulder surgery this week, and Keith's had some back surgery he's dealing with. So, guys, throw them some prayers. They definitely could need it. Hey, what's up? What's up? All right. So, let me say hi to everybody. Hey, Buse, good one. Good to see you in here, girl. Julie, Tam Tam, Rob, Rebel, good to see you. A little too spicy. Yonix, Brenda, hey, what's up? Talia, 490, Mr. Floyd, Smitty, what is up? Linda, good to see you. Diesel, what's up? Bonnie, Julie, Mary, Catherine, Susan. I think Tam Tam, I said hi to Tam Tam already. Good to see you. Would you first? Let's see here. Nope, got third, Tam Tam. Hey, that's respectable, though. Denise, Jill, what's up, Jill? Good to see you in here. Always good to see you guys. Advocate for Truth, good to see you. Let's see here, a little too spicy. Already said hi to you, I think, but hi again. Mr. Floyd, Sharon, Diane, Seeking Truth, good to see you. Kiwi, Kathy, Diane, Taylor, good to see you, Taylor. Jerry, what's up? Thanks to all my mods and all my subs. I really appreciate you guys. Hey, G513, what's up? So, yeah, guys, anybody that was fortunate or unfortunate enough to catch my live stream yesterday, sorry I kind of just killed that. That was me. That was not a technical flaw. I just felt myself getting ready to do some things that I probably shouldn't be. So I kind of just killed that stream. I think we all kind of get like that sometimes. And let me just address something real quick before we move forward here. There's a couple things I promised you guys when I started my channel. And I'm going to reiterate those promises because I intend to follow through with what I promise. And that's kind of what, where I get sometimes in my own head. And I'm human just like anybody else, so I get to places, just like everybody else does. And sometimes it's better just to push the stop button for a minute. And that's exactly what happened last night before I went and did and said some things I probably shouldn't. So that was just my way of stopping all that. And but anyway, I have no hard feelings towards anybody. I never do. It's just not me. It's not in my nature to feel that way about people. Even when I get upset for a minute, I don't usually hold on to that very long. But I promise you guys, no drama. It was one of my first promises I ever made for my channel. Because I've seen it in this community so much that there was so much drama around that it was very easy to see it. And if people that aren't even running the channels see it, they feel it. And that's not what I want to project. That's not what my intent has ever been. And I'm not going to allow that to get here on my channel. It's just not going to happen. I encourage discussion. I encourage disagreement, actually, in my chats. You guys know that. As long as it's respectful and it's productive, and typically it stays that way. My mods and the subs here really do a good job of respecting each other's beliefs and respecting each other on a personal level. But there are those times that we all get our buttons pushed, we all do this and we all do that. And it's the mod's job, it's my job. Ultimately, it falls on me, okay, to keep that kind of crap out of here. And that's, yesterday, I felt myself getting ready to break my own rule. And I wasn't going to do it. So that's why I did what I did yesterday during my stream. And yes, I deleted that video because of no other reason that, I just don't want that negativity out there. I don't want anybody to see any of that didn't already see it. It wasn't me like blowing up. I mean, I think you guys can understand that I didn't even blow up. You know, if people get me to the point where I'm going to blow up, people usually end up knocked out. And that's just not me. I don't like getting to that point. It takes a lot to get me there. I mean, an extreme amount to get me there. I mean, I'm the guy that'll sit there and just take a punch after punch after punch before I even punch back. But if I punch back, it's because I'm punching until somebody either pulls me off or till it's over completely. That's just where I get. That's just how I'm wired, and that's what I do. So I just want to, I want to put that out there that, like I said, the goal of this channel has always been just to try to get information out in a positive manner, as positive as possible. And, and it really didn't have a whole lot to do with what was going on in the chat yesterday. That was just the straw that broke the camel's back. And looking back on what happened and everything, I did the right thing by shutting my stream off. Okay? And I know that some people, well, you probably should have just did this and that. No, because it wasn't going to work. I could just tell. And, I was getting close to that breaking point, and I was going to start saying things that I shouldn't say. We all go through those things. But again, I have to point this out. I am human, okay? Typically, I do a really good job of keeping that anger down. But also, when I'm going through things in my own life or even here on YouTube, and it doesn't have anything to do with the subs, the mods, or anything like that, and I look around, and I look to my left, and I look to my right, front, back, center, wherever, and I don't see a whole lot. It's like I'm standing there and just looking around, just a blank field. This is a very small niche thing that we do here, and it does take a lot of us. It takes a lot of support for all of us sometimes, including myself. I need that sometimes myself, and I lean on you guys a lot. I draw a lot of inspiration, I guess, from you guys. I'm good, Joe. I really am. So, and that's why I'm saying you care to ask. That's enough. You guys you understand that? That's enough for me. It's enough that if somebody just asks, "Hey, how you doing?" That right there in itself shows that somebody actually cares enough to even just say it. It's that way, And so, yeah, no kidding, Michael. I got you, man. But it is just, sometimes we all get there. And that's where I was yesterday. So, I'm not there no more. I'm good. I just want to point that out. And we're gonna keep moving forward. And all that. It's not nothing that, I'm good, Marie. Good to see you. And a lot of it it's just life in general, okay? It isn't any one person, and it isn't anyone this or that. It's just everything sometimes. And when we're out here doing this like we do, it does take a lot out of you sometimes. Because we do see a lot more things than what the typical subscriber or even moderator will see. It's just the way that it works. I mean, it's just the way that things work because we're the ones that get the emails. We're the ones that see all the all the deep dive research stuff, the stuff that you guys count on us to bring to you. I mean, it isn't just, if it was that easy, everybody would do it. You know what I mean? So it's not easy. And it does get to us, and I just want to point that out. So I'm not trying to make excuses for anything that happened yesterday, because I'm not. I don't think I really said or did much wrong there. I just see myself kind of flash forward a little bit, and I was getting ready to snap. If you guys ever seen me getting ready to snap, that was probably about as close as you guys have ever seen me get there. I was close. And typically if I snap on situations like that, I don't stop there. I just let it all out on anything that's bothering me at that time, and it would have been a train wreck. So that's why I killed the stream. So I hope you guys really cut me a break on that a little bit. So we're just going to keep moving on, and we're going to keep doing what we do here. This is a positive thing. This is what we do, and we're going to leave that behind us. That's why I deleted the video, because I don't even want that to even be a part of anything I do. even though what I did probably wasn't that bad, but it's still, don't want to take that chance. So anyway, we're going to go on. Okay, so Schumann resonance, guys. Obviously, not a whole lot going on here, guys. Matter of fact, things are actually kind of quiet in this realm right now. Not a whole lot of spiking, not a whole lot of extra vibration or frequency going on. You can see we had a little bit of a spike right here, very short-lived, wasn't much. And again, this is the tool in Russia, so this is regional. We can go look at other ones, but they're going to fluctuate just like this one is. And the ones that we really pay more attention to are the ones that hit all the tools. And those are pretty obvious. The ones that usually show the big, the bigger spikes. Thanks, Taylor. I appreciate that. The bigger spikes are the ones that hit all the tools at the same time. And then we can go look at things, globally. But as far as trying to pinpoint something that's down to a specific location and things like that, it does get a little difficult. And as far as technical, looking at this in a technical way, I can do it down to a certain extent, but I'm not an expert on this at all. I understand the basics and I understand what it can and can't do to us in our physical bodies. I know on the surface stuff to look for, but to be able to try to give you guys a really good explanation on what this specific line and why it's taking that direction, what causes that, this, that, and all the way down to the technical aspects, I don't have that ability. I'm trying to learn it. It takes a while. And there's some big words there, guys, that you can't dumb down. You can't bring it down to a vocabulary that everybody can understand. So that's why I don't bring it here. There's people out there that try to do that, like Verte. Go over to Verte's channel. He really tries to bring it down to as low as he can. But even at that, there are words there that you're going to have to really look up and take it, because you can't explain it any other way but using a big word. And it really sucks in that aspect, but that's also good in the aspect that it forces you to do some research. So I think that's a good thing on that end of it, but it is what it is. But so we're going to sit here. Thanks, Keith. I appreciate that, man. Sharon, what's up? Okay. Beloved, good to see you. Brenda, good to see you. Paula, good to see you in here. Yabba dabba. That's right. I'll do the do. That's right. Why did the midget get fired from his job? Oh, no. Telling jokes. Heck yeah, baby. Hey, Craig, what's up? Okay. So, anyway. Hey, Amy. E-Rock, good to see you in here, bud. Oh, anyway. I appreciate you guys. I really do. You guys just don't even know. I try to tell you and express it the way that I can, and sometimes I just can't express it enough. So I really do, guys. I really do. I appreciate everything. It is what it is. So, but as far as Schumann goes, guys, go over to Verte's channel if you really want to know down to the technical aspect of what you're seeing here. I can give you a basic understanding, and that's my goal here. But right now I can tell you just by looking at this is nothing really all that anything really. This is pretty static type of situation here. It's just kind of blah, nothing going on. At least right now. And is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. Matter of fact, it's probably a good break that we need. Just saying. Okay, space weather. This is NOAA. Space Weather Prediction Center. Why isn't this thing? There it goes. When we look for X-ray, we're looking at solar flares. This is the one that shows us how big a flare is. Nothing going on there. Why? Because no flares, and we really don't have that many active areas. I don't think we have any official sunspots actually facing the Earth right now. So we're back to that right now. A blank disk is what they call that. Hey Tab, good to see you. Harley, what's up? So, if we're looking at this, we think that conditions are quiet. Well, it's not necessarily true. Okay, because like I said before, you don't have to have a flare to have a CME or a filament release or a coronal hole. So all those things I just said produce geomagnetic activity, and that's usually what hits us, and that's what usually gives us the bigger problems. But we're not having any flare action going on. Proton flux, this is what we look at for radiation storms. Nothing going on there. Geomagnetic activity, this is what we typically look at here on my channel anyway. And the reason why is because this is what we see when we get CMEs, coronal hole streams, incoming space weather. Okay, and as you can see, we've had an uptick here, and we're staying pretty steady here at a 2. This is going to only increase, okay, because this is the beginning of that coronal hole stream. All right, so what I'm saying is, this coronal hole here, where the Earth kind of sits right here, as far as in line with the sun. So we're kind of connected to this now. All right, but the stuff from this won't get here for 3 to 5 days. What we're experiencing now left the sun 3 to 5 days ago, and it was from this coronal hole. This coronal hole was bigger. It actually even connected all the way down to the southern coronal hole, or maybe that's kind of backwards. The southern hole kind of reached up to it. It kind of spread out that way. All right, but right now the space weather we're getting is actually coming from this. It's already passed. We're not connected to this anymore, obviously, you know, but now we're connected to this one. In 3 to 5 days, we should be getting some solar weather from this. You know, now this isn't a very big one. It looks to be pretty open, though, I will say. You know, it could give us a pretty decent stream. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, as far as their predictions, well, probably don't remember yesterday because I killed the stream. Anybody that was here, I showed you guys their predictions, NOAA's predictions. Now, they moved this back like 12 hours. This G1, this is their prediction. On February 2nd, around 12 UTC, between 9 and 12, we should be in a geomagnetic storm level 1. Okay, that's their prediction right here. Now, yesterday, this was back here. Matter of fact, it was actually, I think it was on the 1st. They had it at like midnight on the 5th. On the 1st, okay, between 9 and midnight that day. So they've moved their predictions back. What does that mean? That means the coronal hole stream is actually moving slower than what they initially thought. It just slowed it down a little bit. That's all that happened. And again, this is a prediction. Now they're saying there's probably roughly about a 50% chance that we'll get into this high of a level. No, I haven't heard about that menacing. Not at all. I haven't seen that at all. I have to look at that. Thanks for pointing that out. I haven't heard that yet. But you can see their predictions for the next few days. Okay. Now, if you want to see where they're getting their, you know, their models that they're using, it's basically this one. Okay. So the conditions here are the conditions at Earth, the green line. All right. So what this does is this. Right now, we're about right here in time, UTC time, right at the turn of the day on the 2nd. Probably about 1 o'clock, well, almost 2 now. So we're probably about here. So, as you can tell, it shows us 2 days behind us and tries to forecast 5 days out in advance. And look what's right here during their prediction time. It's an uptick, okay? So that's what that is. That is the coronal hole stream. Now, as far as the actual data, this is the ACE data. You can definitely see where stuff's starting to uptick already. Now, we do see this quite often with the coronal hole stream. It'll be almost like a slow increase. And that's a slow, steady increase. And that's exactly what we're seeing. All right? So, if we're looking at this, and we look at the temperature, you see how the temperature is doing the same thing. The wind speed itself, you know, it's increased like 100 kilometers a second within, I don't know, a couple hours here, 2 to 4 hours. That's pretty quick increase. Okay. Now normal is 3 to 500 is normal wind speed. Density is the orange. That's what we look at, and that would be a 4 would be normal. And obviously we're getting readings up into the 30s. Okay, so that, you know, if you look at your range over here, you can tell that the density itself is upticking. The phi angle looks like it's changing polarity, which is the polarity of the solar wind. Solar wind is charged particles, gets here by a magnetic connection line from the sun that we're connected to, okay? And it travels on that road. It's plasma, okay? It's charged particles. That's what solar wind is. So it has a polarity, negative and a positive. And it does flip its polarity, just like everything else typically when you're talking about any kind of magnetics. The BZ. Now remember what I say, a -6 is what we typically look for. Anything, -6 or lower is what we look for. That angle. That's the angle of which it gets here and hits us at. All right? So what we're looking at here, this is a pretty decent sized range. We don't typically see it get to these numbers. Remember, 6 is what we look for, -6. This range is showing down to a -30. And you can go over here and you can look. It got close to a -20. So that definitely means that the tilt of our magnetic field was enough that it really almost gave it like a straight line into our system, it looks like. It could have. Pretty close. Okay? And people ask me too, why does the angle matter? Well, it does matter because things come in easier at our poles. So the more we're tilted towards the polar regions, the more the stuff really comes in. Okay? So that's what I would say there. So there's your angle there. Now, again, we're going to keep an eye on this and see what happens. We'll just have to wait and see. And, I do think that we have a decent chance of getting into a geomagnetic storm. Now, again, here's the same stuff I just showed you, just in a different graph. This is the electron flux. I haven't shown you this yet, but you can see how things are fluctuating here with the electrons. And the reason why is because we're starting to get into that coronal hole stream. Notice before that, everything was pretty stable, right? And when you see this up and down motion, that means things are fluctuating. And our magnometer started picking up some magnetic readings that were kind of wompy. Notice down here that our magnometer is way out here, but they haven't given us this bar yet. That's kind of curious to me. I'm not sure why they haven't plotted this bar yet. Typically, that's not the case. Usually, this catches up pretty quick like. Maybe they're just trying to get some numbers right, or it just hasn't been posted yet. Who knows? But, yeah. Near Hilly, 40 miles from his house. Really? 80 from yours? Wow, I didn't know that. Where at, Muse? Throw me a location. Just curious. Here's the North Pole, Aurora. Okay, I'll show you the other ones real quick. Right here. This is North Pole, this is South Pole. And you're going to see that it did an uptick. A pretty decent uptick here right at the end of it. Okay, that's the most recent, okay? See what it did? We were kind of low, and then bam, here comes that solar wind stream. Oh, near Georgia? Okay, near Dalton, Georgia. All right. We used to have a carpet place here called Dalton, Georgia, because the carpet came from Dalton, Georgia, where I live. Dalton, Georgia Carpet Outlet is what it was called. It was a pretty big operation, if I remember right. But anyway, you can see how even the orange and yellows and stuff started kicking in right there. So this is the beginning of the solar wind stream, guys. We're going to see the auroras pick up. Okay, that's one of the biggest things that we see. Hey, Optics. Hey, Joanna. Hey, Sharon. Brenda. Or said hi to you, Muse. Jill, you're still in there too. So yeah, I mean, we definitely got space weather coming in, guys. All right. Let's go here. This is the geoelectric field model. This is space weather's effect on our electrical grid. Okay, and what do we got here? We got, again, this is what space weather is doing to our unnatural electrical components like transformers, our wires, all that stuff that's man-made. All right, this is what this model is trying to represent, and this does give us a pretty good idea of what kind of geomagnetic conditions we're having, because this typically will get a little bit, you know, high when we're getting stuff from the sun. So this is what we kind of can look at here. This is another data thing that we can look at to say, hey, yes, we're getting, you know, whatever from the sun. Oh, you did? Wow, I didn't know that, do that. Whoa, small world, huh? Small world. Hey, Eggnog, what's up? Florence, what's up? G513, Jerry. Yep. Toluca, what's up? Wow. Didn't know that. That's a small world, huh? Small world. For sure. Yeah, this is pretty active, guys. Okay? Hey, Vicky. Hey, you ain't that late. We're just kind of getting started. We're good. Hey, Julie. Sherry. Cool. Ohio. Yeah. Yeah, guys. You know, like I said, this is some uptick in conditions. So, yeah. Hey, Arizona, what's up? Jerry, I think I said hi to you. Object said hi to you. Brenda said hi. Just trying to say hi to everybody. Tina, what's up? So, anyway, this was models for the geomagnetic field. Okay, we got solar wind up here where my cursor is. I'm gonna let this update real quick. Let's go ahead and give it the best we can here. See what we got. The sun's off to the right. This is the magnetic field line graph. This is the solar wind itself. The direction of the arrows is the direction of the solar wind. Then our magnetopause is over here on the right. Okay. This is showing you the position of that. This gives us a bow shock. And then the bow shock is just the point where the solar wind meets our magnetic field. Okay, that's all that it is. So if we go through here and we look, we're getting, you know, little bumps here and there, and then here close to the end, yes, we're going to start seeing a little bit of an uptick. And that's exactly what I would expect to see. Nothing shocking there to me anyway. And you can definitely see, I'm going to show you something here on the solar wind map. This shows it pretty good, and I'm showing it to you for a couple reasons here. Remember the crack in the magnetic field I was showing you guys that was right out in front? Well, look what's going on right here. You see this? I know this is something most people would just overlook and not think it was any kind of big deal. And it's not really a big deal. It's just an indicator of what we were talking about that's actually going on. This is showing you that, yes, this is more heating, basically, that's happening, and it's getting through easier right there. Why? Well, because our magnetic field is weaker. Okay, you see how that goes? It goes right out in the front and then stops. It doesn't go all the way around and start doing any of that kind of mess anywhere else. And I was showing you guys this on the other models, which would be here. Okay, now this is the speed. Okay, the sun's off to the left on this one. Yeah, you can send me any aurora pictures. I'd love to take a look at those. Guys, I haven't really had a chance to dig into my emails lately. I've just been so freaking swamped with stuff. It's crazy. So yeah, please. Yeah, I'll take any aurora pictures. I love aurora pictures. They're awesome. But anyway, this is the speed. It's off to the left. We can keep going here. Now we can move, boom, boom, boom. And you're going to see, again, this is just the speed that's all it's showing you. And this is the initial kind of hit that we're taking from the coronal hole stream. Notice the overall, like, orange look. Watch it get a deeper color. See that? And then it sticks around that color. And that's because, and it even starts to get a little darker. And the reason why is because we're starting to get into that solar wind stream from the coronal hole. Now this one I'm showing you here is density. Okay, now anybody that's has been with me for any time knows that this is not usually what this looks like. Okay, usually this is, you know, we got a bow shock out here, about like this, and everything behind it's white. Well, the reason why this isn't white is because we're getting into that solar wind stream, like I said, and the particles are more dense. Okay? And that's why. So, Beckinator, good to see you. Rhonda, good to see you. Seeking Truth, good to see you. So, yeah. Yeah, it looks kind of weird, doesn't it, Brenda? Yeah, I'm glad you're learning. I really am, Optics. That's my whole goal. Joanna, what's up? Jerry. Oh, man. Remember has Crohn's, I think. Wow. Crohn's sucks, guys. That's a horrible thing for somebody to go through. Hey, Deborah. It really is, guys. And that's just, it's unfortunate. I got family members myself. Hey, Barbara, good to see you. Yep, Mark's awesome, guys. Mark Pyers, you guys know I push you guys over there all the time. He's a great dude. His channel's awesome. He's trying to bring up some of the value, his production value with the green screen and stuff. He just does a good job. I can't say anything other than that, Awesome dude. Guys, please check him out. We usually go over there after my streams. I haven't here as of late because I've been going over there. I just haven't been pushing people over there because I hadn't been able to stick around very long. I kind of feel bad if I can't stay there for a minute. So, I probably should point people over there anyway when I don't do that. But, I mean, most of you guys are already over there anyway. So, but the people that aren't, please go over there. We'll do it again here at the end of my stream. But, as we're looking at this, watch the density here. Okay? See what's happening? Things are fluctuating, all right? And why are they fluctuating? Well, because we're getting that corona hole stream. I've seen this thing where the whole screen was this blue, the darkest blue it could read. Okay? The dark blue, again, is the higher dense material. Now, watch here in the front, guys. Watch it kind of get a little crazy looking. You see that little, I know it's subtle, but you see that little backward C shape right there? That's that little crack we were seeing. Okay? Now, if the particles were less dense out here, this would be more pronounced right now. It's not, because the density is all the same out here. Our bow shock is still there. It's just the density on one side is the same as on the other. So, AG513, good to see you. Hey, Paula PJ, what's up? Janice, good to see you. Mulaney, good to see you. I think I said hi to everybody else over there right now. But yeah, so you guys can see how, conditions do fluctuate, okay? And that's what we're seeing. Now, I haven't looked yet. Well, you can even see, look at here, guys. So yeah, you can definitely see. Things are a little weak. Let me zoom into that, because I want you guys to see that. Now look what it did there. It took me down to the pressure map. Here you go. You see how it's a little lighter blue right in there? That means it's a little bit more dense, and it's right in the middle. So that's telling you that our magnetic field is weaker right there, because it's letting in more dense particles right there in that position. So that's why we're seeing it look like that, in case you guys are wondering. Now the pressure, obviously this is a lot. Okay? That's a lot of pressure. I'm not even gonna play like it's not, because it is. I'm also not going to sit here and tell you that it doesn't get like that quite often, because it does. So this is not a catastrophic type of situation. This is just showing us that we're getting geomagnetic storm conditions most likely coming. You can even see right here where we've even got a little bit of a... It's all usually in the same spot, guys, right out there in the front. Okay? So as I keep moving here, you see the pressure building. Why is the pressure building? Well, again, the more stuff we're getting from the sun, the more pressure it puts on us magnetically. That's right. That's right. You said it, Keith. Tab, you okay? I've been trying to keep up with the chat, guys. I just haven't been able if you're having some issues, prayers for you for sure. Yeah. Is that the one we were talking about with Crohn's? Probably. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely something that, yeah, I don't, wow. Yeah, and guys, let's listen, man. We all need the prayers right now. We can't stop praying for each other at all, period. I mean, it's just got to be that way. It is something right now, guys, is just off. I can tell you that. I'm not the only one feeling it. And that's probably part of the reason why I had a little issue yesterday. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely pray for you, Tab, for sure. And I'm not saying that. You guys know I don't even like saying things like that. So I only say it when I know that I really truly think that that's what's happening. I don't think I'm the only one feeling it. I think everybody is. And here's the issue. I can't go back here and show you this is why, because it's not showing me anything. Yeah, right on. Yeah, Linda, for sure. And listen. Yeah, G513. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, guys. I mean, we are all just, it's something is just, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, just to be honest with you. It's one of those things. It's like I'm walking around and I'm kind of in a haze and I'm trying to get myself out of it. And maybe it's just this time of year, because it is a little harder this time of year. You know, we need that sunlight, guys. Been trying to tell everybody that for years. Hey, Sig, thanks, buddy. Good to see you in here, brother. Good to see you, bud. Hey, Grandma JJ. Good to see you. Did you ever email me, Grandma? Please do. If you didn't, you might have. I need to go back and look. I haven't checked my emails, guys, for a while. Yep, that's right, Keith. I mean, listen. You know, Wages World family, the Mark Pyers family, we're all together, and it's just going to get bigger, and that's how we're going to beat all this, guys. That's the only way we're going to beat it. It's just being there for each other, and that's just what it has to be. If we're not, that's why I choose. Listen, guys, let me say this one more time. I choose not to be hateful every day. I choose not to go at people every day. It's a choice. I can choose to go the other. You guys seen a little bit of it from me yesterday. And that's what I'm trying to say. We all can get like that. And that was light. That was mild, what happened yesterday. I mean, I could go straight at people right in their face with all kinds of data and start throwing it at them, and they wouldn't know what to do. But at the end of the day, is that going to help? Yeah, Dunn. I'm glad you're back. You know, I really am. I was hoping I didn't get too out of hand there a little bit. You caught me on a bad day. I'm sorry. But anyway. So there's a channel that says we are all magnets, and that the reason they want us 6 feet apart is if we pull our magnets together, we can beat what's coming. You know what that's called? That's called electromagnetic stacking for magnets. And believe it or not, guys, that's a true statement. Okay, if you don't know this already, if you take a magnet and you take another one and you stack it, they both become that strong. They double. There's not too many things in physics that actually does that, and magnets are one of them. And we know that at the base of us, we have a magnetic. We produce a magnetic field, guys. Our bodies do. And you ever wonder why this affects us so much? That's the reason. Because when things are not vibrating correctly, It's not letting our signatures operate the correct way. Okay? Now, you guys know I'm a Christian. Yeah. Yeah, done for sure. I've seen a lot of that stuff. You guys know I'm a Christian. What I just said sometimes kind of picks at a really hardcore Christian, and I don't want it to, because nowhere does it say that he couldn't, that God couldn't have created us as at the core being a magnet. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to say. So all that stuff doesn't take. This is where we kind of fail. We don't have to take that away to keep our religion. We don't have to take all that stuff and throw it away. We just simply, there's certain things that we can't know. We're not meant to know. We're going to try to know them because that's what we're supposed to do. So that's what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't, just because I'm saying that at the core we could be magnets, that doesn't mean that I don't believe the Christian way. Because sometimes it gets all lumped into one, and it's not true. It just simply isn't. And I would ask those that would come against something like that to really search inside themselves and see if they can actually figure out how to tell me I'm wrong in that way of thinking. Even by just simply using the scripture. And I know I don't talk about that stuff typically here, and I'm going to stop here in about 2 seconds, but just because the magnet question was brought up, I definitely do think that at the core of us, we're pretty close, if not a complete electromagnet type of situation. And it can be interpreted in a whole lot of different ways. And yes, magnetic stacking is a real thing. You guys can go look that up on your own. I would encourage you to do so. Not only can it help you understand what's going on around you, it gives you a better knowledge of what's actually happening around, when you're looking at these tools or looking at anything in general in your life. It can help. Just that kind of little bit of extra knowledge. And I know that a lot of us don't have the time, and that's what I try to do. I try to facilitate that for you guys here, and the whole aspect of it. And I just try to stay in my own lane, because if I try to get out of it, I could go out of it. I'm pretty knowledgeable about quite a bit of certain subjects around. I could talk with the best of them on a whole lot of different areas. I know I haven't said it a whole lot, but I am very, very, very well versed in biblical scholar stuff. I just don't bring it here. It doesn't mean that I believe any different than what I ever have. And what I'm saying is that I think it fits in all over. And I think we're meant to find that. I really do. I think that we're all meant to find that. And it's part of why we're supposed to seek it, I don't know how else to say it. People are so stuck on trying to be politically correct. When you don't see or hear me saying certain words here, it's not because I'm trying to be politically correct. All I'm trying to do is to make sure that my video gets out to as many people as it can. I'm trying to go around the algorithm. Because I have to just say it. When you start using keywords like, and I hate to say this, like JC, that's why I don't usually use that name here. Yahusha, okay, whatever your belief is what the original name is for that, I use that because, believe it or not, that actually goes around the algorithm. The algorithm doesn't like put that in the same frame as they would JC, and it makes no sense to me, but that is just what it is. I will just leave it at that. Oh, I would love to, Sheila, but man, I tell you, I don't know if yeah. And so, and people ask me, why do I try to go around the algorithm? Because I don't want to let what little voice I still have left to be silenced. Because so many people are so dead set against, how can I say this, not giving in to the man, that they're essentially helping silence themselves At some level, we have to play the game just a little bit. If we don't, nobody will hear us because they'll just simply eliminate us. It's really that simple. And I hate that we have to do this. I'm actually looking into some different platforms. There's one I was looking at. I heard it over at Chris Matthews' channel. He runs a channel called Forbidden Knowledge News. And there's a platform out there, I forget what it's called, but they don't censor hardly anything. I'm thinking about doing that plus this. And, you know, just basically simulcasting to both at the same time. You know, it's stupid for me not to do that because I'm trying to get it out to everybody. You know, I don't monetize or any of that stuff. I do appreciate the PayPal stuff. It's great. Matter of fact, I don't think I put that in there yet. But there's my PayPal if you guys want to give me a hand. I definitely could, you know, we all could use it. And it's just there. You don't have to do it. I don't ever, you know, I don't even like putting it there. But I do it because I do realize that it does help me. And, you know, some people like to help. Everybody likes to help, but it's a matter of if they can. Now, I always say this too. Please, by all means, please do not try to give me anything if you're struggling too. I don't want that ever to be anything. I don't think any less or any any less of anybody that doesn't or can't. It's just a simple decision. I did it for over 3 years without even putting a PayPal link out there. So it's not a huge thing for me, but it does help me. It really does, and that's why I do it. But we'll move on from that conversation. I don't want to go there. But again, I don't want to get too much further off from the space weather aspect, and I'm telling you guys why. That's why I went off on this little side thing. Because I want you guys to understand that I can go down those other roads. I choose not to because I want people to completely, for me, I feel like this is what I can share with people. And nobody else is sharing it in a way that I am, I guess. If that makes it any different, I guess. You know, I would challenge people to go to anybody else's channel, have a chat that's as free as mine. Plus, get this really sometimes at times catastrophic information or possible catastrophic information in a positive way. You're not going to find that. With my ego checked at the door. I'm not going to bring it to you with any kind of ego or any kind of judgment at anything. I don't do that. That's not what I do. And so I would challenge people that to find some other channel that does anything like this. And they're not going to. And that's why I keep doing what I do. Oh, don't worry about that, Optics. I don't say any of that. Hey, Christine, what's going on? See, that's my whole fear. I don't want anybody to feel obligated at all, period. Please don't. You know, if I see too many people thinking that's an obligated thing, I'll take my PayPal link away. Because it's not what I'm doing it. Hey Chris, what's going on? Rick, what's up? Cindy, what's happening? You know, it's like Grandma JJ. She won 2 free months of membership on the Mark Pyre show from Wages World. I'm paying her next 2 months because I told her I would. You know, I was trying to help Mark out over there on his channel get some members. And, you know, I said, whoever's the 3rd and 4th member here tonight, I'll pay for their next 2 months of membership. That's what I'm doing. So, you know, I'm just trying to help out every way I can. So don't feel like anything's obligated. If I see that obligation stuff coming out, my PayPal link will go away. So, anyway. Wow, you got hit by a car, Sharon? Wow. See, and this is the thing. When I started doing the live streams, guys, and I know I'm way off subject right now, but I got a better connection with you guys. I had a decent connection anyway because I'd started doing the comment where I was, you know, replying to comments and things like that. And on the comment thing, guys, please come back to the video and drop a comment. That's all I ask. If it's, hey, good video, or hey, your video sucked. I don't care what it is. And when you drop a comment, believe it or not, it will put it in a higher recommended bracket. That somehow they view that better. I don't know why, but that's why. Also, the more you, like if you're lurking, I know there's probably, well, let's look. I've got roughly about 255 people in here right now. And I bet I don't have 255 people in here chatting. You don't have to chat. That's not the point. What I'm saying is when you do chat, it definitely helps the channel. Even if it's just, hi, you know, good to meet you guys, good to see you. I agree. Any of that kind of stuff that you can just throw in there real quick. My goal, believe it or not, guys, my goal is to actually get to a point where I have to put the chat on slow-mo. Like a 10 or 20 second slow-mo. Because that means everybody's in here participating and they're connecting with each other. And that's what I want. You know, that's how we get to know each other, and that's really why. So, yeah. And I can usually tell when my video's doing okay. Let me show you how. You see this right here? This little graph here, it shows me concurrent viewers, which is how many is on, you know, viewing right now. And when this thing gets up to like the peak level and it stays there for, well, 45 minutes now almost, everybody's pretty much still here. There's going to be some cycling through because people got life going on. You know what I mean? But typically if I have a bad video, or I can tell exactly where my video went bad, because it'll go to a level and just drop completely out. It's either everybody didn't like what I had to say, or I was being boring. And that's the other thing, guys. Let me say this too. You can have really, really good, cool graphics for free, and I've been trying to show everybody that. Hey, Angelo, what's up, brother? And I would encourage anybody that has any kind of channel to do stuff like that. Mark over at Mark Pyre's Real Talk has got his green screen stuff going on right now, and it ups the production value, so hence it is more entertaining. And if you're being entertained while you're learning stuff or while you're being able to connect with people, you're more apt to actually retain that information, number one. Number two, you're going to stick around longer because you're being entertained. So if I'm not entertaining at all, you know what happens? People leave, right? They leave the chat. They leave the channel. They don't do whatever. And you know, you can see this a lot with like some space weather channels. They'll just simply do the data and just walk off. And the reason why they do that is because that they have a hard time making it entertaining at all. They just simply go to the information and walk off. Because if they try to add a little extra there, they can't. They don't know how. Because they lose viewers and all that kind of stuff, and it does whatever. People get bored. And that's why I try to connect with you guys. Not only does it help me, it helps you guys, and it helps the channel. So I hope you guys appreciate that. That's why I do all those different like intros, and I try to make it as best as I can. I'm going to be making some phone calls to some people anyway this week. I've got my live stream set up pretty close to where I could get a Zoom call, and I've been having some audio issues with it. I can't figure it out, but I'm working on it, and I'm going to have some guests and stuff on. Hey, Axe, what's up? I'm going to have some guests on. Rip Curl's going to come on and show us some preparedness stuff that we need to do. Any of us. Guys, if you guys don't know who Rip Curl is, please do yourself a favor. Go check his channel out. I'll go through a couple of those here in a few minutes after I get through all this. But, yeah, I'm a squirrel tonight, so I'm going to get back on task here, and we'll get into that a little later. Okay. But let me get through this first, and then yeah. So I do think that we're getting, just a little recap people got here. Schumann's normal. Let's go to this space weather. Uh-oh, check it out, guys. See that? What's that mean? You might tell me what that means? See, this is what's happening. This is happening live. Do you guys see this magnometer dropping out right here? Why is that? We are now getting smacked with this coronal hole stream. Look, this is even updated. Look, see the range? Remember earlier it was only up to 400? Now it's showing 500. So we got incoming weather right now. And if we go up here and look what happened. So their predictions, number one, are wrong again. Because right now, this first one on the second should have only been a 2 on the KP. Okay? But it's a 4. So if it gets up one more number, what does that mean? This means that we'll be in a geomagnetic storm. So what does that mean? Well, I'll show it to you here in a minute. But before we get there, well, I'll just do it now, so see how I'm talking about it. What we got here? Okay, these are the geomagnetic storm levels and what we can expect for each storm level. What we're going to see with the G1 storm, guys, is probably an uptick in earthquakes, okay, in intensity and in amount. Okay, it always happens almost every time. There's some science behind it now, not a whole lot yet. They're still doing all the peer-reviewed studies and stuff like that. It takes forever for that stuff to get done. If you guys have ever sat down and tried to read an abstract, it is the driest reading you'll ever read, but it's full of information, okay? So they have to go through all that peer-reviewed stuff to get it accepted in the community, science community. And so they can incorporate it to the like earthquake prediction models and all the other models that we talk about. But a G1 storm is going to give us pretty much no big issues. We're going to see big aurora, a lot more aurora, an uptick in earthquakes probably. That's probably the two biggest things I would say. Animals up in the northern part will start having issues with navigation. Most animals will navigate magnetically. Okay, that's how they navigate. So when we're getting geomagnetic storms, the magnetics get screwed up. That's why they have a little bit of stuff going on, right? Hey, IG, good to see you. Oakley, what's up? So, these are the conditions we can expect to see with the G1 storm. The G2, things just get worse, okay? They start, we start having voltage alarms, not necessarily outages and stuff. It could cause some transformer damage at high latitudes. Do you guys know what high latitudes mean? Anybody that doesn't, if you're looking at a globe, you see these lines here? Those are latitude lines. So high latitude means the further away from the equator you get. So even if I'm looking at the South Pole here, as I'm going towards the South Pole, that's actually going higher in latitude. Everything starts at 0 at the equator. Now I know that's, for a lot of people, that's a basic thing, but some people don't know that. And you shouldn't feel bad if you don't. That is a geographic question looking at a globe that if people didn't pay attention when they were in school, they never used it again. Why would they have that information? But that's what it is. So when I say high latitudes, it means closer to the poles. That's all that means. Okay? Let's see here. G3, this is when we start seeing stuff. Okay? Notice the amount of times it happens in 11 years. 200 times. Power systems may experience voltage alarms. Corrective action may be required for spacecraft. Okay? In other words, satellites could start having issues and they have to like get them back into position, steer them back into position. That's because they don't have the full protection of our full magnetic field. They're out too far. They're too far up. Okay? So, that's a G3. Oh, also communication problems. I forgot to mention that. Shortwave radio stuff like first responders, they'll have issues. Okay? That's what they use. They use, ham radios and stuff like that. So if we're having geomagnetic stuff going on, that actually kind of sometimes it helps the propagation of that signal. But GPS users could have issues. So it's a, damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation. The G5, this is what we talk about with the biggest stuff that can happen, okay? But we get into G5 about 4 times every 11 years. That doesn't mean a Carrington event. It just means we get into that storm level. A Carrington event, I think they said, came in at like a would have been like a G40 or a KP40, which would, I'm not sure what that would be as G level storm, but it would be an extremely strong geomagnetic storm, basically. Okay, Carrington event, it fried telegraph lines. It fried a whole lot of different electrical components. Okay. Now, the reason why it's such a big deal now, guys, and here's the thing. Our society has changed. We can go back and we can actually pinpoint like the year that we started using electricity. From that point forward, solar flares, CMEs and stuff like that became so much more important because we're not protected against that enough. So if we get hit and say we lost our global circuit, not our global circuit, but we lost our global grid. Say the whole grid went down globally. You know what the prediction is on that? That within 3 years, 90% of the population would be dead. So you ask yourself why? Because didn't they live without electricity before that? Yeah, they did. But none of us sitting here talking has ever known a life without electricity. So would you really know what to do? Would we really be able to get supplies fast enough to keep ourselves going? Do you see what I'm saying? So this is why this is important. Because look what this says. 4 times every 11 years. Now this is just G5. But you could stretch that out and go to, well, when was the last Carrington event size solar flare? 1989. The Quebec, Canada axis in here. The Canadian grid went down from a CME. Okay? It was down for a long time. Massive. Millions of people without power. In the Northeast. Okay? So, and we've had multiple events also. Since then, even. So, if we get one, and, spaceweather.com actually did an article. Let me see what day they did it on. I think. Oops. Dang on it. January 30th? Nope. 28th. Right here. Go over to spaceweather.com. Here, I'll leave you a link right here. Okay, what are you looking at there? What we're looking at here, this is a link to this right here, guys. Spaceweather.com. If you guys have never been there, please go give them some love. Oh, check it out. We do have 2 official sunspots. These actually went away. Now they're back. They regained their characteristics, so they renumbered them. They got the same number that they had. Okay, but no, this is back. This is on the 20. Never mind. Forget what I just said. I'm sorry. This is actually back on the 28th. But this right here shows you what if a perfect CME hit Earth, and what would a perfect CME be. We hear about the perfect storm, right? Well, we have something called the perfect CME. And essentially what it is it's one of the biggest CMEs that we could possibly expect. But what makes it perfect is there was a CME before it that wasn't quite as big that hit first. So what it did was, what it says right here, it would clear the path in front of it, allowing the storm cloud to hit Earth with maximum force the second one behind it. What have I been talking about with the interplanetary magnetic, the interplanetary shockwave stuff? You know, faster solar wind catching up with slower stuff in front of it. It has a shockwave effect. This is exactly kind of what they're talking about. But with the CME, will actually drag some of that debris out of the way. And what I'm saying debris is, it will drag some of those particles away. It will allow it to move faster. So this is what they would consider a perfect CME. Please go over here and read this. Look, perfect CME. Just click that link. Let's see where it takes us. Look at this. This is from the AGU. This is an accepted, listen to me, accepted mainstream. This is where you go read abstracts at, guys. I didn't know this was where it took us. But this is peer-reviewed stuff. Okay, so these are like consensuses. Now, this was published, in 2014. So this is not a new conversation. So do yourself a favor and go check this out, because you'll learn a lot just from reading that one thing, or even just reading this article. Okay? I encourage everybody to do that. Spaceweather.com, they do a great job, guys. They really do. So let's I just wanted to show you guys those, because it's, these levels, what me and you are going to notice, and just let me say this, out of all those storm level stuff, what are we going to notice the most? Well, obviously we'd notice a power outage, so let's take that off the table. But we can notice aurora. We can notice how far it's getting down towards the equator, because the further down it is, the stronger the impact was. Okay? And our magnetic field is roughly 20 to 25% weaker than what it was. So it doesn't take as big of a G5 storm to do big time stuff. So could you imagine having a magnetic field? Say we got hit with this perfect CME next year. Our magnetic field is still currently weakening. What if it weakens to the point it's like 30% gone or weaker? And then we get hit with this thing. What are we talking about here? We're probably talking about a global meltdown of our electrical grid. That's what we're talking about. And I don't typically go down this gloom and doom crap, but this is true. This is true stuff. This is not something that is some conspiracy-laden type of thing. This is actual what would happen. This is actually accepted across everything. These are true scientific data points that I'm telling you guys. They know. It's not a matter of if, it is simply a matter of when. And I try to hammer that home. And that's why I do my channel. Okay? It really is. Because I want as many people to know that we need to do something to help prepare ourselves. Turn the idiot box off. Take your cell phone. Put it on the couch. Face down. And walk away from it for a while. Or pick up that cell phone. Start scanning through it. And find yourself some good preparedness information. That's why I want to get Rip on here. It's great. His channel, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to show it to you now. Because it definitely deserves that. Let me go here real quick. This won't take me long, guys. I just want you guys to see his channel because I want to help. I really do. That's why I do this. And Rip is a great source. I mean, wealth of preparedness knowledge, guys. Here's his channel. And you know what, again, what I like about Rip's channel so much? Great information, number one. Number two, he has he's humorous. He makes it funny. He makes it fun to watch, and he's learning. Angry Prepper had him on his channel. I watched that stream. He's doing giveaways. He's doing all kinds of stuff over here, guys. He's funny as heck.
Are you ready for a rip tip? This is going to be a short one, little one, quick one. Here it is. Okay, let's go. Nanocord. Have you guys ever heard of nanocord? Check this out. Microcord, right? Look at this. Check it out. This stuff right here is a braided, almost like a paracord, but it's not a sheath. It's like a braided nylon, right? And this one is 1.18 millimeters thick. That's some tough stuff here, man. I can't even break it. Yeah, this is a microcord. It's a little thicker.
So you guys see what he's doing here? I mean, he's telling that. Did you guys learn? Did anybody else but me learn something just from watching his video for 45 seconds? I never knew that stuff existed. Yeah, it's very similar. Very similar. So, you know, it's cool stuff, guys. I mean, I just think that, you know, he does a great job. I haven't really talked to him a whole lot. We've talked back and forth a few times, and I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to get a time where I can get him on here to show some people some stuff. You know, and that's just where I'm at with it. And he you know, I think he does a good job. And he's funny. He keeps you like engaged. He will show you all kinds of good stuff over here, guys. That's all. And that's what I try to do. And I want you guys to have that kind of I don't know, an advantage, I guess. Because if you have any kind of preparedness in you at all, he can help with that, along with a lot of other people, like Ron over at Emergency Management. Excuse me. Emergency Management. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Ron Tyler. Sorry, guys. Emergency Management Associates. And he's got Terry Rumpel over there all the time. They're probably live right now, I would imagine. They typically are. About now. Well, Mark's live too. So no, he's not live right now. Doesn't look like. But Watch with Wayne's also another good one, guys. He's a Canuck. What he does? We'll go over here real quick.
You gotta leave. You're disrupting the protesters. How? I don't know.
What he's doing is he's showing live streams and stuff from around the world, and he's commenting on them. He's commentating. He's showing you guys real stuff. So go over here and check out his channel too. I really think you guys would be better for it. It's just these are channels that I send you guys to all the time, but I believe in these guys. Okay, I believe what they're showing is good information. All of that. Okay, and that's why. So, hey Ricky, what's up? And Ricky, she's doing a channel. She ain't done something in a minute, I don't think, but she's doing her thing. She's good on the earthquake stuff, all that stuff, guys. So, just understand that I'm trying. That's my goal, and I haven't said this in a long time. That's why I'm pointing it out now. My goal as a channel is to help. If I'm not helping, why am I even doing anything? You know what I mean? And that's just kind of where I'm at with it. But, you know, I just want people to understand that. I haven't really went down that road for a minute. And I want people to know that. I want people to see that. I want people to go to those places and see things. And be able to learn. Because I don't know it all, you know, when it comes to things like that. But anyway, here's the latest seeds. This is the satellite that's on the Soho Observatory, which is, I'll show it to you. This is the Earth up here. Soho sits right out in front of the Earth. Okay, so it's from our perspective. So that was a CME right there. Now, is it coming our way? I don't know yet. Obviously, it looks like it's going to the left, but we don't have depth perception on this. This is two-dimensional. So anything that's on this side of the sun is going to look like it's going to the left. It could actually be coming this way, towards the back. We just don't know unless we go look at the side. Now let's go look at the side and see if we see anything. And it looks like we have a little something something there. Let's go the next day. Anything on the second yet? Nope. But again, this is what we do. This is how we try to find if it's coming at us. And then usually the telltale thing to do would be to go here and look at this model. This will show us this spirograph. This is NOAA's prediction. And then, you know, we'll look at this model, and then we can go over here to the CME tracker and see what it's saying. Now, they're not going to agree. They never do. Sometimes they're close in what they agree on and what they're showing, but they're never exact. But you can see this CME. Earth is here. This thing's going way off. It's not even coming close to us. But that was the one that happened back on the 30th, I think. Yeah, that happened back on the 30th. So if I take you guys back over here to seeds, and let's go back to the 28th. This is from our view. All right, not much going on that day. Let's go to the 29th. There was a CME there. That blew off the right. There was I showed you guys this one already. Here's the 30th. Notice how the action's picking up. Okay, we got stuff coming off both sides of the sun. There was an eruption here right in front that I think could be coming our direction. Not sure yet, but we'll have to wait and see. And I'll show it to you guys here in just a second. I'll take you guys over to SDO real quick. And so what I'll show you guys here, let's go back to 31st. Let's go back to the 30th. Again, SDO is another satellite that's basically pretty close to the same position as right in front of us, like Soho is, the one I just showed you guys on seeds. It's just it's in a little different location, but it's still from our point of view. So this is the 171 angstrom. So what we're going to see here is there's going to be an eruption down here. Okay, it's going to be down here. How far are we there? It happened a few days back, but let me show it to you guys. So I'm going to pause it. Okay, watch it right here. See that? What that was a filament release. Okay? That could be going south of us. It could be going, or it could be coming right at us. I don't know. I've not seen any model show us this one at all. So it'll be a few days before it gets here if it's even coming our direction. But let me go ahead and back this up a little bit, and we'll look at what's going on right now. I'll hit play, and we'll look at the whole sun. You'll see some filaments up here just lifting off. Down here you're seeing it lift off. Over here you're seeing it do stuff. Okay, so watch it up here. Watch what happens. See that right there? Okay, that's what we were seeing in that last CME right there. Stuff is still blowing off, guys. The sun's not going to get like completely quiet for some time. At least in my opinion. Okay. So, let's take a look at some earthquakes. That's right, Mark. Exactly. Do whatever you can do to prepare. You don't have to go crazy with it if you don't. Yeah. That's right, Sig. You're on it, brother. There's a lot of stuff there, guys. I don't know what I'm sure what's going. Yeah. You taking off optics? Good to see you. Scooter Pie, what's up? Jerry, Angelo, hold it down from the Bronx. Sharon, good to see all you guys in here. Kathy, good to see you. But yeah, guys, I mean, yeah. So, again, here's the earthquakes, and what do we got? Well, we do have a couple of interesting ones. That's not so interesting. We see it there quite often, matter of fact. We've been seeing a few down here in Zimbabwe and that part of Africa. This one here just popped off a few minutes ago. That was a 4-4. That was in Mexico. Okay. That one just happened. That was a 3-1 in New Mexico. Oh man, did they take that one off there? Nope, they didn't. That was in Nepal. Now they had one down here in Guyana, guys, that did some damage. Okay, yeah. I don't think it killed anybody, but it was in a highly populated area. Yeah, she's talking about the man. I don't know how to pronounce that. Mozambique. I was hearing you guys talk about that before. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Axe. He's saying he don't think that they show everything exactly right, and that's the thing. The problem with that, with all this, guys, is the fact that we know that they automatically downgrade stuff here. Okay, that's just a fact. I don't think anybody could actually, honestly, if they're being honest with themselves, deny that. But you know, people like Ron, that's why he's so valuable. Him and Ricky and Terry, they can read the helioplots, the seismographs. They know what they're looking at. So they can actually tell you by those seismographs really what the actual true strength of these things are. But you could even take it even further than that if you wanted to go down that road, if you're really going to go down that far with it. They could be altering all that stuff too. And that's the thing. At some level, we're forced to have to use that information. We don't have much of a choice. What else do we have? None of us have $1 billion in our back pocket where we could just start passing out seismographs to everybody that's not a part of any kind of agency right now. That's literally impossible. So that's kind of what I tell people, that, you know, even though that this might not be exactly what it is, I don't know where else to go to show people. Yeah, those are great. Those are great things. Dumb with Social Media is talking about some cool stuff there. Terracotta heaters and Crisco candles. Guys, you can take a terracotta heater. What he's talking about is basically you can heat a room with a tea light with a terracotta heater. It's crazy. Look to see if Georgia was downgraded. Let's see here. Yep. They downgraded it to a 2.1. See? That's the thing, guys. Yeah. Yeah, Raspberry Pi. Yeah, they have a network of private people. Yep, they do. I just don't know. Georgia? Yeah, we're at in Georgia. Right there. 4 kilometers south of Tunnel Hill, Georgia. Okay, we'll zoom in. I'll give you a better idea. It's kind of close to it's close to the border here of that would be Virginia, I think, or West Virginia, one or the other. I think that's Virginia. No, Virginia. What am I talking about? That's Tennessee. This is North Carolina. Virginia's way up here. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's it's a little bit, it's close to the border of Tennessee. So, yeah. That's some crazy stuff. You're welcome, Joanne. A tunnel? No, that's just the name. Tunnel Hill. Georgia. That's the name of the My guess is there's the town's right around a tunnel that was cut into a hill. I don't know. Something like that. Who knows? Probably. You guys, I'm telling you, sometimes they name things like that. It's crazy. How precise they get with that stuff. It's like when a Native American, like when they have babies and stuff, way back in the day, this is no joke. This is a fact. They would look out the whatever dwelling they were in, and the first thing they seen, that's what they would name their children. That's why you hear a lot of flying wolves and stuff like that. That's part of it. It's not the only reason, but that's a lot of times that's how they name their children. They took that as a sign from God that that's what they should name their children, because that's what they seen when they first looked out. So yeah. But yeah, so my goal to have Rip and others on is in an effort to give people something physically they can do to help themselves if stuff does go south or when. Hopefully, guys, that none of this stuff happens in our lifetime, but I have to be honest with you. I don't think we're going to make it through my lifetime without seeing this kind of stuff. I really don't. Yeah, there's a lot of tunnels and stuff that are dug underneath. We know that's a fact. They don't even try to hide that fact anymore. That's just a given. You know that stuff is really out there now once they just quit trying to hide it. They just simply don't care. Something else, Dutch does some work too. And look, this is a swarm down here in Southern California that wasn't necessarily this active a couple days ago. Yeah. Oh, something else too. If anybody watches Mr. MBB3, he actually did a video talking about an underwater here, what looked to be some sort of base of some sort. Looked like it was intelligently made. I did a video on that a while back. It's been, I don't know, Florida Marquis did a video and was talking about it, how close it was to some of the Air Force bases and stuff out here. But that's been there for quite a while. But I'm going to encourage you guys to go watch Mr. MBB3's video on it. It was pretty interesting. I'd seen it before. It's known to be there for years, but not a whole lot of people know about it. Now, that's why I was glad to see somebody like Mr. MBB3 pick it up, because he has a lot of viewers, and he did a good job reporting on it for sure. So, yeah, I agree with that, Jeremiah. I'm not going to get into that, but yeah. I think it's interesting that our current leader is recognizing our embassy in there too. There was a lot of speculation whether or not our current leader would still recognize that area of the world, I guess we could say. I'm not going to say that word because that is a key word for algorithm, as the current capital of that country. It really sucks I have to talk around like that crap, but that's why I'm going to try the other platforms too. That way we can kind of bounce around that. So, but yeah, guys. So just a little recap. We'll go back here. Listen, we now have this incoming weather. It's here. It's hitting us. We're going to see how strong it gets. If it starts getting too bad before I can come back on in the morning, I'll pop on with another video. But everything here is pointing to us going into a geomagnetic storm right now. With us going from that to that quickly, and for it getting here a little earlier than what they said it was, means it's moving a little faster, which means it's going to hit us a little harder. Okay, so there's a good chance we may pop up into some storm levels here. And then if any of those CMEs that were popping off decide they want to come this way, we'll have to wait and see on that. And that could make things even a little bit more significant. But what I would look for, guys, let me take you over here to the Aurora and update this real quick. Okay, I would look, this is one of the main keys I look at, believe it or not. When this thing starts getting really, really active, then I know 100% that we're getting space weather. because this is charged particles coming in our poles interacting with our oxygen molecules. That's what this is. That's what aurora is. So when we're getting more of them, that's why these auroras, they stretch down. They will actually, you know, like during the Carrington event, they said they could see the auroras down at the equator. That's amazing. So that is one crazy thing. I can tell you that. Okay, so before I get you off here, let's well, let's go here, here. This is Mark's show. You guys should go over here. I'm going to go over here and hang out in the chat for a while, guys. Okay? I'll put the link here if you guys want to go give him a Wages Love Bomb. I'm sure he would enjoy that. I would appreciate it if you would. You'd be doing me a favor just by trying to spread some positivity. You guys will not regret going over here, I promise you. Okay? He's doing face swaps here. This is funny. So you guys will laugh, you guys will have fun. I'm telling you guys will not regret it. Hey Scott, what's up, brother? Where you at? There you are. I hit you up on Facebook a little bit ago, man. Hopefully you've seen that. Yeah, thanks, Sig, for throwing that in there. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go over here and hang out on Mark's channel. If you guys want to, come with me, that'd be great. Yeah, if you guys, also Scott, he's still dealing with all that stuff with Dr. Albert. So if you guys want to help him out, the PayPal for him is down there in my description also. You guys want to check that out. Glad you, oh, did you? Okay. Sorry, I'm live. I ain't got my phone with me. But yeah, so if you guys want to help him out, that'd be cool too. But go over here and let's go give Mark a love bomb over here and just say, hey, what's up from Wages World, and hang out, talk in the chat. Let's have a good time. You know what I'm saying, guys? We do got this, like I said, we have this incoming solar storm. So it's here. It's coming. We'll just have to see how strong it gets. So, oh, sweet. That's awesome, Scott. I'm glad to, oh my gosh, man. That's awesome. That's cool, man. So, oh, okay. That's cool, Jerry. Sweet. Sweet, guys. But anybody that hasn't been over here to Mark's channel, please come over. I'm telling you guys will not regret it. It is, man, it's positive, it's fun. I don't see how anybody couldn't like it, so. But anyway, guys. Hey, Christine. All right, cool, Christine. See you over there. Hey, Ricky. Hope everybody follows me over here, at least for a little while. Give him some views and give him some clicks over here, just to help him out, get him out there, So, yeah. Cool, Rick. Glad to see you. You too, Daniel. Good to see you, bud. G513. That's right. Susan. All right, guys. Hey, there's this new background with this green screen. It's pretty cool, huh? All right, cool. I'll hit you up, brother. All right, guys. I love you guys. God bless. Hey, Nacho. See ya.